Sagittarius, hi. We're doing your life's purpose tonight in a nutshell, which means in 3 cards only. Not an easy feat. It'll be kind of general and yet super specific, so it might not resonate necessarily. Somehow you kind of have to like do your own, I guess, connect the dots kind of exercise, but we'll just do it and let's see how it plays out. The setup is 1 major arcana and then clarifying with 1 minor out of the same deck. And then we'll draw a makeshift card, 1 keyword on a blank card, and integrate all 3 cards together. So let's do this. What is your life's purpose, Sagittarius? There's 1 card that wants to come out. The Fool. I'm laughing because you're the 3rd sign that's had the Fool. Mind you, there's only 22 major arcanas, right? So that's more than a probability. Let's draw the minor right away so I can really integrate both cards for the message. This one wants to come out. Okay. This is the that's the 9 of Swords. I need to think about this one. Okay. First thing that comes to mind, I'm going to start with the 9 of Swords. You're a night owl. There's something about working at night, having your best ideas at night, even if it's through the process of insomnia. So somehow in achieving your life's purpose, you're kind of stuck with or caught up with living on a different schedule, living on the other side of the clock than most people, almost having a mind that is on overdrive. But yet the positive side to this for me is the amazing inspiration that you get, all the really new and different, I want to say different in the sense that they're not common, original ideas, that's the right word. How you're able to come up with like these brilliant ideas as well. Some of them are linked to how basically you allow yourself to okay, so I'm thinking about when you step into the void here and you take that leap of faith, right? What it's making me think of is you like, and you probably strive on feeling that there's no security net for you. You want to feel the exhilaration of falling from somewhere high, and you want to feel like all of the intensity of that fall. So, you know, like the sensation that your heart goes into your throat, that maybe your breath is taken out of your lungs. So all of those are images to describe to you the kind of thing that you are interested in living as you accomplish your life's purpose. So you are kind of I guess sensationalist, right? You want strong emotions attached to what you're doing. You want to you want to sense that, you know, almost like you're on an adventure, that it's you know, that it could almost be dangerous. And by that I mean obviously with no real danger, of course, but like the exhilaration of the unknown. You don't know where it's gonna, like, there's risk attached. That's what I mean. So obviously with the Fool card, a lot of times in business, if you read this card, you'd say, well, you're the entrepreneur, you're the one that starts businesses, right, from scratch. So all of that is true, but again, I don't want to pinpoint any industry because it'll be too different for all of you. I want to go back to the Nine of Swords. There's, on the Nine of Swords, there's usually stress. That is so cool of a slip of the tongue. Okay, so I meant to say stress involved, but it ties into the piece of taking risks. So that is stressful in itself, so you enjoy that and it's part of the equation for you. But now that I've said the word stretch, it's super cool because yes, you need to feel that you're stretching yourself. It needs to feel this way. Otherwise, you lose your interest. You know, Sagittarius is about the big picture, right? They really want to expand. So that's the stretch part. That is so cool. I misspoke and it's so dead on. I love it. I also want to say that the Fool carries very little baggage. And I think this matters, right? Because on the Nine of Swords, some of the stress is actually related sometimes to not having what you want, or thinking that you might not get what you want, basically creating things that are not there, right? It's making your own nightmares or making small things bigger than they really are. So there's sort of a tie here, or like a correlation, where although it's true on the Nine of Swords, because the Fool is here, it becomes irrelevant. You're okay with working with very little. Maybe you're even more comfortable with not carrying so much baggage. So maybe there's something here about what your life purpose entails would be, for example, maybe doing something and almost like giving it all up and start all over again. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily what you need to do, but you might enjoy that to a degree. You might not mind it, or it might not faze you as much as it would faze someone else, right? Or make someone else, someone might have a harder time coping with that or doing that. You have the possibility to do that without fear or without consequences, or, and I don't think the stretch stress is attached to it. That is so cool. I can't believe I said that twice. And I swear I didn't do it on purpose. It's because I wanted to say stress and attached, and it came also as stretch. It's unbelievable. Now I want to really think about what it means to stretch yourself, but also let go. Because that's what I'm saying about letting go of past things in order to expand. I guess maybe there's a recurrency here. A recurrence of maybe having to shed a little bit, like the Scorpio vibe, of really releasing a lot of baggage, a lot of stuff, and like almost like the snake as well, like you shed your skin, so you really leave that behind you. It's one way of looking at things, but another way of looking at things is in this little baggage here, this little baluchon, I don't know how you call it in English, the fact that it's like a scarf that you tie on a stick, right? It's specifically called baluchon in French. What I'm seeing and thinking is that you only choose very specific tools and maybe abilities or skills. This is like your toolkit. And so you travel light because you are really intent on what it is that you're carrying further, or carrying out, or carrying with you for the next journey or along the journey. So you might be accumulating tools, but you're very specific and deliberate when it comes to knowing what is going to go in that little baluchon, in that toolkit. So maybe that's a different way of looking at things. So translating it into the things that you choose to learn are crucial here, or matter most, in terms of knowing exactly, okay, I need, let's say, this kind of diploma, or I need this work experience specifically in this particular field. Like there's something very, you've given a lot of thought about this, okay? Let me put it this way. You've really like planned it, or it's more like the accumulation of thinking about it incessantly, but in this case, it serves you because you are narrowing down what it is that you really need along the way, right? Along your journey. I'm gonna go to the makeshift card now. I was trying to feel out if there was anything else I wanted to say before the other card came out, but so far nothing is popping up. I don't understand this card with this reading, with this. This is rock. It's very different in energy than the rest. The only thing I can quickly relate it to is this cliff, because it's like a rocky cliff, right? So there's something about jumping off a cliff. There's something about feeling that I just heard you like to feel that it's the end of the world, right? Like in a good way, like, you know, when you say, oh, it's the end of the world, like it's like kind of dramatic, but in a good way. Like you, again, it goes back to the exhilaration. You really need to feel strong sensations it's what really matters to you. I'm not sure what else to pick up on the rock card though, because those 3 cards together is very eclectic. The other, now I'm hearing you're forced to be reckoned with, because a rock is extremely solid, right? So in a sense, it's immovable. So if someone is immovable, or in terms of being so determined, which I think you are, because of the incessant, there's something about you'll never stop. You'll just like keep going, keep going, keep going. So it has this quality of being a force to be reckoned with, because you're going to get what you want, basically. You're relentless. Absolutely relentless. That's the energy. So those things are obviously not describing, let's say, the type of work with the title and in which industry, which field, which might have been what you were looking for, but it's in such a short reading, and it wasn't even the goal of the reading. So, and I've made that clear at the onset. So I do hope you found something that resonated somehow. And if you did, what I'm really interested in is for you to comment back, because I want to know how it plays out somehow in your life. Not that I want to know every detail, but of your own life, private life, but I'm curious to see how that works out for you, or how you are seeing that. You could see that it ties into your life's purpose, or what you are intuitively feeling is your life's purpose. And ultimately, although we do have, for me, I think we do have a major calling, sometimes in one's life, that can change slightly, right? What was good in your 20s might not be what is the same in your 40s and then in your 60s. So, you know what I mean? Anyways, enough of enough of that. So, thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. Do like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon. Good night.